you decided, the best time ever, I'll start the firm in 2020, right at the start of the pandemic,
Mhm.
So some different challenges, and I'm kind of having some fun with it. But, you know, what made you decide, like, hey, now is the time? Was it the passion? Like, how did you deal with this uncertainty, kind of like with this chaos of the pandemic?
Right. Well, because I started, getting my, website and marketing and local, all the business things like late 2019, my goal was to launch officially January 1st, 2020, which I did. So wasn't quite aware of the pandemic at the time, at that time. So I always say really, it looks like a disadvantage, but to me, I consider it an advantage because I didn't have to really shift my practice from in the office, face to face, to everything virtual now. I got to just start from scratch in that world. And it also helped, again, I worked remote for Oracle for a while from 2018. So I was used to online working and Zoom calls, and so it was really a smooth transition for me. And I kind of more so felt bad for the people who had to send everyone home, figure out how we're going to get in contact with everyone and how we're going to communicate with the clients. So I used it as an advantage, really.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love that concept, the advantage. And I remember being an agency owner. It was like, trying to get adoption to just Zoom was like kind of difficult. Like people are unsure what link to go to, and now it's just like second nature. It seems like everybody's using Zoom or Teams or Google Chat or something. So yeah, that was definitely a huge advantage for you. One of the questions that I don't think is talked about enough, and is capital allocation, like scale capital and starting up. And some individuals get it from free cash flow or debt or private equity. How did you approach, like, hey, I'm like capital and like getting this thing going, and like what was your thought process behind that?
Well, for me, I did the virtual space because again we were already in a virtual world, so I didn't have to break a lease or anything. I had a virtual office, so that was it's not expensive. It's maybe $100 a month for that. And then I just had my laptop and I signed on at first for one software company for case management. So it was pretty low cost, and I had a few cases already, and one I actually acquired from another attorney. So it went to mediation July, like the 4th of July weekend or week of 2020, and it was in person mediation even during the pandemic. And so, that one, it was a medical malpractice case, and we resolved it that mid July of 2020. So I used the profits from that case, which was decent case for a first case. It wasn't a MVA $25,000 settlement. So I used that to then rev up anything else I might have needed starting out.